Hey, good morning. If you're an estate agent and you're looking and you're hungry to have more conversations with people who want to sell their home, then I want to share with you a Google ad report for March 2024. Okay, running one very, very simple ad on Google. Okay, that when our ad shows, it shows for people when they're actually looking, indicating that they're thinking about selling. So they're going to Google. They're not going to any other platform. Interruptive marketing is what we call it. Google is different by its word intent, so people can actually go there to solve a problem. So anyway, and you can do it on a very, very local basis. So before I show you some stats and the case study and all that sort of thing, I want to run through a bit of some of the benefits really, and some of the cons as well. So, and obviously, if you're watching this on my YouTube channel or anything like that, then hit the subscribe button, please do. If you're watching this on my socials and you're enjoying this type of content, then please do stroke my ego and give me a thumbs up and tell me what you liked about it, what you don't like about it, and that sort of thing. So, anyway, let's roll on, shall we? So, questions. Okay, where does your website currently show for either property valuation, house valuation, or estate agent near me? Okay, if you don't get found on Google, okay, on any Google platform, because obviously it's quite a bit of a beast. What we're talking about here is being at the top of Google when someone actually types in. Now, what you can do is basically place a bid, okay, uh, in the Google sphere or Google platform, basically, and only pay if someone clicks on your ads. Okay, so what we're talking about is the pay per click model. Okay, you don't pay for the impression, so just to be found, you don't pay. You only pay for the click. Now, obviously, that's a how do you get people to click on your ad versus your competition? That's a a different conversation. But what we're doing is we're basically putting our food stall right in front of somebody when they're actually going shopping looking for food. Okay, so essentially that's what it is. It's all about the message to market match. None of these principles ever change. Everyone wants to sort of come up with the new flashy AI, new flashy silver bullet. There isn't one, unfortunately, which I'll talk to you about in a second. um, you can run an ad very, very local in your area, so 1 mile, 1 kilometer of your office. So you haven't got like sort of go outside your patch. You can really get really, really targeted with what they call radius targeting, as well as postcode targeting. So um, we're targeting the postcodes or the homes in the blue area. Anything outside the blue area will not see our ad. Okay, that's how powerful it is. Here's some of the pros. Obviously, it's very fast. You don't pay for the impression. An impression, just for the technical term, is when a pixel or 50% of the pixel is shown on a screen. Okay, so it's essentially being found. It's like turning the page of a newspaper. You see that ad, that's an impression. Okay, or that content. You control the spend. Okay, you can target people right down to a mile or a kilometer. You can also show against words that you do want to show for, as well as don't want to show for. So if someone's looking for a property for rent, or looking for a list of private landlords that don't take DSS and that sort of thing, I know that's a bit sketchy. You don't have to show an ad for it. Okay. Um, you can control also what website the click goes to as well, providing you own it, of course. Obviously, you wouldn't want to send it to anyone else's website, such as Rightmove or the portals. You would want to send it to your own property. Okay, that's that one. And you can also control, which is a little bit of a unique thing. You can also control the day of the week, the hour of the day, and literally down to the minute. Okay, you can control you want to advertise in the morning or the afternoon or just at night time or just in the morning on its own. Okay, you can advertise 24/7. It is set as 24/7, so you do need to go in and obviously do your own ad schedule, as they call it. Some of the cons: it does require a budget. Now, obviously, this is ad spend, so you only pay for the click. So typical spend is around about, well, depends on how big the agency is, but 250, £300 a month is where we sort of start for a look at £10 a day, £15 a day, depending on how big your area is. But we always suggest small, and then once we've got the big area, once we've got that working, we can scale it out. It's not a silver bullet. It does require what we call follow up. It's not as if we're selling pens or phones or laptops or anything like that, or even clothing. Um, you know, which is another necessity of people's lives. We all need clothes on our back, so it's not as if we need something today. We've got to make sure that we have this thing called a follow up. Now, I know most people run for the hills for that. The old 1 to 31 for the old school of us. you do need this constant contact, and you can do that by SMS and email and even phone these days. God forbid. You know, it is competitive, so you do need to create some really compelling ads. Okay, now it's not set and forget, so it needs regular work, not word. Google keeps increasing the ways for you to spend more money on the account. So when you set up a Google Ad account, and you probably get it yourself, they'll constantly be bombarding you with what we call recommendations, or let's jump on a call. We typically advise clients to ignore those types of things in 99% of the time, but find someone who knows what they're doing, has a good reputation in the industry. Make sure that you see some of their case studies. Make sure that you ask the right questions. If you need to know any questions that you'd like to ask, then message me. I've got some questions that you can ask any Google ad agency. So let me share with you some of the stats behind Google now. So this is the monthly search volume. So this is really why we do Google, boys and girls, is because it's still in 2024, and it's been around since early inceptions of 2002. Really came to its fore in 2010. Um, you know, uh, it's been around a while now, and obviously, like I said, the silver bullet. Everyone's looking for the next thing, and it's but look, you can see search volume just here. So like these are the monthly search volumes each month in the UK. Okay, from February 2024 to March 2023 in the UK. So not any specific area, but these are the words that people have typed into that Google box in the search bar, and that's the volume. So homes to buy near me, very broad. Okay, 301,000 monthly searches with low competition. Okay, homes for sale near me, so with the four for sale near me, 301,000. So obviously that's been estate agents near me get 60,500 searches with amazingly really low competition. Now again, the Google auction, because it is an auction. It's not one. You're not. It's not a fixed thing. Each time that you do a Google search is essentially a mini auction, a microsecond auction, and it's what we call a penny auction as well. So your bid will go up and down dynamically depending on how much competition there is, how relevant that word, how relevant is your ad to that word, and all that sort of thing. And that's all working in the back end of Google with the artificial intelligence now that's really reliant on. But this is where we sort of, really do cut our teeth in terms of making sure that, you know, we don't want to show ads to people who want to rent. We don't want to show ads to people, in some cases, to buy, because you've got enough people in your database. You just want people that have got a house to sell, that obviously have a home, that need to buy a house as well. So obviously the sort of 4 bedrooms, the person who's looking for a 4 bedroom might have a 3 bedroom or a 2 bedroom. So we do know that, and we do understand that. So obviously that's where the skill of the staging is. But look, it's where people go. Zoopla house value, 40,500 searches a month. How much is my house? 60,500 searches. So these are, I say searches, these are people, these are human beings that have gone to their computer phone, okay, and typed in on my phone, gone, do, 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 I need a house. We're looking for a house. We need a bigger house, and obviously the reasons why and all their reasons why. That's where we work out on our what we call quiz funnel, where we take people to. So we ask a few identifying questions. So that's why we do Google, boys and girls, is because it's where people go. When they're scrolling on social media, they're not looking for a property. They're not looking to solve a problem. They're just there to be entertained, hopefully a bit of education, be motivated and that sort of thing, and passing a bit of time really more than anything else on the train or a plane or automobile. But here's some of the results anyway. So drum roll, please. So just in this month alone, so just March 24, March the 2024. So just above my head now, you'll see the date there, just for transparency purposes. No longer, but this month we've given Google on this one campaign £157.04. Okay, but that is essentially given us 14 families that have indicated that they're thinking about selling. That 14 came from 33, so give or take 50% conversion rate. with 1,500 impressions. We didn't pay for the impressions. We haven't paid for those eyeballs, but we got brand exposure. You know, which is just a bit of a tickle really more than anything else, because obviously they're not going to put the house on the market the first time they've seen you. So we need to have this again, follow up and nurture, and not just expecting these 14 families to, yeah, I want to put my house on the market. These will need nurturing, and they'll need follow up, and they'll need this thing called relationship building. When they go to Google, you know they're not they've got no particular you know um, loyalty in mind. They're just looking to solve a problem. Now, again, comes down to you guys to understand that that's someone who's reached out and saying, I'm thinking about selling. It's down to you then to nurture it and make sure that it's a you can help them, and you're there to make sure that that it's in their best interest. Sometimes it might not be might not be looking at it might be advisable not to move for whatever reason. But so anyway, if you'd like something like this done for you, then just reach out to us. We can got a bit of capacity, so I thought I'd just share with you warts and all um, around a campaign. So yeah, if you're interested, then reach out. Speak to you soon. Take care. Subscribe, hit the bell notification, and all that jazz. All right, take it easy.